Welcome back to New York City Gardener. I'm Nastasha. So it's 69 degrees today. It feels like 64, and it's a really great day to be gardening. This weekend, we're gonna have some really warm temperatures. Everyone's excited about it. Everybody's talking about it. So I wanna start getting all my warm weather crops into the soil. That's what I'm gonna be working on today. I have a lot of crops that I started from seed that you can just tell that they are stressing out. They're tired of being in their little small containers. Let's get going. So this is an artichoke. I'm going to be planting this in the soil right now. This is my first year growing artichokes. So it's gonna be going in my trash can number 2. I have some radishes here that are not ready yet. I have cilantro, but I have a little space here that I'm gonna put this in, and we're gonna have an experiment. It also looks like some endive is growing. So yeah, we have a few things going on here, but I'm gonna put it right here. If you have any suggestions, you can put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. What am I doing wrong? I'm sure there's something I'm doing wrong, but whoa, look at that. See what I mean? This should have probably been planted a long time ago. But I was also trying to wait for a little bit warmer weather. Anyway, here we go. Okay, I think that looks great. Got it nice and tucked in here. Just give it a good watering, and we'll see how it does. Now on to the eggplants. So I think I have about 5 eggplants here. Probably a few too many that I really should have. But they're supposed to go in this container, which is full of borage. And I said I was going to take this out, and I've been procrastinating. So I'm actually kind of glad I procrastinated, because this one has flowers that are starting to open. So what's nice is I've decided that that's the one I'm gonna keep, and I'm gonna let these others go. So I really don't want to take them out. I feel bad doing that. I'm gonna try to salvage a few and then maybe give some to friends, but it's time for the eggplants. Gotta take some of these out. There's just too many. I hate doing this. I don't like removing a plant because it's a little life, and I don't know, sentimental about it, I guess. But I'm gonna salvage some of them. The ones that are flowering, I'm definitely going to keep. Probably the max I really should keep in this container is really 1. Maybe I'll keep 2. God, there's so many. You can see how big these plants are. That's why you can't have so many in one container. But these all self-seeded, just like flowers fell last year, because I had a borage plant in here, and then they just overwintered and started growing again. Okay, here's what I did. This one had the biggest blooms, and it's a pretty small plant, so I left that one in here. I moved another one in here. I think this has some blooms, or I guess I just like the size of it, so I put that one in there. This is going to be pumpkins, so that's why I can only really put 1 plant in there. The smallest ones, we're just letting them go. Found another one. Now, what's great is you can see all of the lettuce that I've had that was hiding under here because it didn't have any sunlight. We have some cilantro here. These are marigolds, so we're gonna let those stay here. This is a carrot, which I guess are seeds from last year because I didn't put carrots in here, but we're gonna leave that be. Then I went ahead and planted 1 in here and 1 over there because this is a bigger container, and I think this container can handle 2 of those. These I'm going to try to save and give to people, whoever has enough space in New York City, but I'm gonna save those because those were the biggest ones. But I think having 1, 2, 3, 4 borage plants is gonna be plenty. And then I also have a white one over there. So we have white borage flowers and a lot of blue. Now I have all of these 2 varieties of eggplants. Let's see how many we have. We're just gonna have to open up and see. But I think I have too many for this container. But yeah, the roots are all out of the cell. Look at that. They're ready for some space. I could also put them in another container, like a grow bag that I have. I have some extra grow bags. The only issue is that I have a bunch of tomatoes that I want to plant. So the problem with small space gardening is that you have to pick and choose. You can't grow everything, and you can't grow tons of everything. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's definitely 2 that are much stronger than everybody else. We have a bunch of aphids, so I'm gonna rinse that off first before I put it in the soil. So we have 5 of each. These are definitely smaller. Let me get these aphids off. So I rinsed these off really well. I doubt seriously I got 100% of them off, but I probably got 80 or 90%. I've been meaning to buy ladybugs anyway, ladybugs and green lacewing larvae, so maybe this is kind of my sign to just go ahead and do it. Now, I don't have space in here for 10, so I probably really should only do like 2. But what if we did 3 of each? Then I have 4 left over. So then I'll put those somewhere else and we'll see how much eggplant I get this year. So I'll do like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I guess maybe the biggest ones in the back. Definitely these 2. So I'm just trying to making it equidistant. Do that one here, this one here, and I'm gonna tuck this one back here somewhere. So we're gonna put these are kind of our standard eggplants. They're the black purple ones. And then this one, I believe they're orange. They're like these little small orange ones. Same thing, I think I'll put the smallest one in the front here. This has the best light. The tallest one over here, since it's a little bit more crowded. And we'll put the other little one over here. The sun here in the summer goes kind of like this. So this part of the garden gets the most shade. As the sun's setting, you know, it starts to shade this way. This planter should get plenty of sun though. All right, let's give a little fertilizer before we put them in. Okay, let's give them a good watering here with the artichoke. The transplanted borage. Look at all these radishes. Should be getting some radishes very soon. These are also looking fantastic. And now we have the eggplant. Getting all the soil off and also just giving it a deep, deep watering. And now this lettuce will be able to thrive. All right, so we also have all of this basil that I've been growing from seed. So I want to transplant this. This container, we just harvested almost all of the arugula. Still have some lettuce growing, but what's gonna be here is bush beans. So I think the basil will go really well with the bush beans. So we're gonna put those here. All right, we got all of the basil planted. I put them all in the front here, and I kept all the same color in the same container. This is a little crowded here, so I put the strongest one here. We have the 3rd here, 4th here, and then the 5th right there. So I think that'll be beautiful to have basil just growing on the front here, and then we'll have the beans sort of in the back. We also have chamomile in this container. The lettuce we'll be harvesting over the next couple of months. We also have oregano growing in here and a lot of clover. This is really more for a ground cover type thing. So I cut all this back so that we can have some nice sunlight for the basil. But yeah, it's looking really good. Okay, so now I have a squash plant that I started from seed. So I'm gonna put that into a grow bag with some lettuce that I should have planted a while ago. So here is everything that we have. I have a squash that is already making flowers, and you can see that it's a bit stressed. Really shouldn't be in here, but we're gonna plant it into the soil now and see how well it does. Now I have this lettuce that should have been transplanted a while ago. So we're just gonna put it all in this grow bag and just experiment. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little fertilizer. And as you've seen from probably all of my videos, I think all of my videos I talk about how I never have enough soil. It's because I don't have a car, so it's very difficult to go get soil. You can get it on Amazon. I do get a lot of my soil on Amazon. But if I need to buy in bulk, I'll go get organic potting soil at Home Depot. You know, sometimes I have a couple of friends that'll let us borrow their cars. So in the meantime, I'm using soil that I have. Might as well fill it up because it's also going to sink as it kind of condenses and it's watered. So, you know, I'm gonna have it nice and filled up. Okay, so the big thing is gonna be the squash. I mean, look at those roots. It's ready to get out of there. So I think I'm going to put it in the back here because I'm going to trellis it and get it to go up. That's good there. So we'll work on that in a minute. Let's get this lettuce in here, right in the front. Now these, I could separate them. I'll separate them a little bit, but I'm not gonna go crazy because, you know, summer's coming and lettuce is not gonna do well when it starts getting hot. So I'm not expecting a huge harvest. I already have so much lettuce around the garden. So this is really just like getting a little extra. Okay, let's work on the trellis. Since I don't have a lot of space, having a rooftop garden, I try to make everything go vertical if I possibly can. So I'm gonna do that with my squash as well. And try to train it, even though it's kind of getting older. I also find it's better for bugs too. It just cuts down on bugs if you don't have the leaves and the stems touching the soil. And I love these clips too. I use these clips for like everything and they work really well. Beautiful. Let's just take a moment for this beautiful sunset, those beautiful clouds. I mean, gorgeous. All right, I think it looks fantastic. We have this bigger lettuce here. This is Merlot lettuce. And then all of these little ones are black-seeded Simpson. And then we have a squash. I'm trying to blank on what kind of squash it is. The main reason I want squash is for the blossoms. And we got a lot of blossoms on there. If I get a squash too, great. I have other squashes I'm gonna be planting. Should get a really good watering. The other thing about grow bags, I love grow bags, but they can dry out quicker, especially on a rooftop. So you either need to have a self-watering system if you can, or just make sure you're watering every day, especially in the summer. And I do have a self-watering system here, so I need to finish setting it up, but it works wonders. But until I have it fully set up, I'm hand watering every day. Okay, I think it's pretty good. Beautiful. Okay, I got more warm weather crops into the soil, which is definitely my main goal. There's still more to plant and seeds to plant, but you just do a little bit each day, and I'm happy with what I got accomplished. So if you have any questions, just comment below. All of the products that you see in this video are also in the description. See you on the next one.